Hi, it's Anne. We're getting ready for the holidays. We're going to make a project today with a lot of circles. And what we're going to be making are little pockets, circular pockets for our Christmas journals that that are shaped like ornaments, like tree ornaments. And I think we can work out a double duty for them as well, and create them in a way that that could be useful to as gift card holders too. So anyway, let's set our journal aside and let's get right to these circles. You know me, you know I love any kind. Well, I love coffee. And I love any kind of circle. They're just so versatile for use in our junk journals. To keep things easy for this project, I cut a lot of circles in just two different sizes. So I have my large and I have my small. So I'm just going to kind of sort them. Because to make these little pockets, I think I maybe have even done these on camera before, but I've never done them as though they were impersonating a Christmas ornament. And I just thought that that might be kind of a fun way to treat these. So I'm going to take my large ones. Apparently I have more large circle than small. Maybe that was because it would be easier for you to see. But certainly you can make any size circle you want. I have die cut mine, and that is absolutely not necessary. You can take your coffee cup and draw the circle around and just cut things out. That's going to work perfectly fine. This, just for reference, I think this is 3 3/4, and this is 2 1/2. So those were just, I just made two different sizes so I wouldn't confuse myself with lots of different piles. This is going to be so simple, guys, but I think they're just going to look great on a page. Why don't we start with something maybe a little more neutral, and then we'll really jazz it up with some color. You like those two? Yeah, why don't we try those for something nice and simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose one of our circles as the background and one as the pocket in the front. And I'm just going to slice this in half. Use whichever tool suits your fancy. There's a little screw that tends to wiggle out on the arm of this, and I always have to kind of screw it back in. You know, I don't use a fancy tool. I use my finger to screw it back in so it doesn't catch. I gotta look and see if I can get that fixed. And all we're gonna do on this, guys, is just glue this so it makes a little pocket. I am going to distress this, but then we're going to zhuzh it up just a little bit. Put just a little bead, and I'm using art glitter glue here. Art glitter glue, and again, I'm not sponsored by them, I'm just an enthusiast. But people ask about this a lot. This is my old original bottle of art glitter glue. This is the one that I refill it with. There is no glitter in this glue. Art Glitter is the brand, and it's a really nice, fast drying white glue. Many people, again, I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just answering questions that a lot of people have had. And many people say that you cannot buy art glitter glue in the wintertime because if it sits, or you shouldn't buy it in the wintertime because if it sits on being delivered on your doorstep, if you're in a cold climate, it'll freeze and turn into cottage cheese. I don't know if that's the case, but I have always purchased mine in the warmer weather, and I have enough to get me through this winter. Now, what I'm going to do is put a little bit of decoration across the top of this pocket. And this is just from Offcuts. You know that kit that we made our first in one of our first episodes of this series? I'm going to use glue stick for this thin piece of paper. that kit we put together, I just turned to my kit and pulled out all kinds of papers that I have thrown into that kit. So it made it very easy to kind of choose the materials that I want to use for this project. Okay, this is just so simple that it's almost crazy to think I'm showing you how to do this, but you might not have thought of it as an ornament or a pocket. So now, so here's a little pocket that we can put things in. Oh, sticking to my fingernail there. But how are we going to make this look like an ornament? Well, my thought, get my trim stuck down there. My thought was to just take a little piece of metallic paper, and this is just a little strip I had, and just cut off a little piece here and glue that in the top. And I'm going to punch a little hole there. Well, I should have punched it before I cut it off, shouldn't I? Because it's hard to put into this punch. I'm going to sacrifice that piece for the learning process and put the longer one in there. And this is going to be a nice looking little piece here that you're going to absolutely know that this is an ornament. I was thinking about making that little ornament top out of this is from some food packaging. That's something you could do too. You could use a piece of aluminum foil. You could, whoops, and you could use well, this isn't sticking very well, is it? It's because I keep moving it. There we go. I think I'm going to put a little bit of washi on the back of that to hold it. And do I have some washi that might be Christmassy? Sorry for my arm reach there. This is one I'm thinking of just that I will probably just glue into a journal though, so I'm not too concerned about how the back of that one works. I'm going to have a little more concern or be mindful about that for ones that I'm going to use as an actual ornament. But here's this, and what if we wanted to put something, you know what, why don't we put a little a strip of that gold right across the middle. I'm just going to cut. I think my knife is going to be better for this purpose. I have so many different ideas. I don't want to spend too much time on any given piece, but we want them to look cute, don't we? And just a tiny little bead of this art glitter glue right down the middle, and this is going to be a nice little emphasis for the top of that pocket. And just trim it off. And that is pretty much all we need. You could put a little piece of floss or something in there, but let's look and see how that's going to look on a journal page. That could be something that could go right there, and we could put a little tag right in there and write something on the back. And that would be super cute. Let's do a couple more, maybe in some more colorful versions. And then we'll do one that could be a gift card holder. While I have this here, I'm going to check and make certain that this size, yeah, that's going to fit a gift card just fine. Yeah, so we can continue with this size. I love this dark, but let's go to something colorful next. Why don't we go to this little colorful piece of cardstock? Make certain I have it right side up. Sometimes it's hard to tell with music. Yeah. There we go. And let's use another piece of music, but we'll use the printed page there. I have this cardstock is just, oops, I have a piece of brown paper on the back of that one. This is just a piece of sheet music that I have glued onto a piece of very lightweight cardstock to give it some more heft. I'm going to make this pocket just a little bit deeper than I did the last one. I'll see if I can get it straight here. No guarantees. There we are. And you can always, these partial pockets are all, you can always use those for something. What a cute little pocket this is. Little bead of glue. And I do want to get that straight, maybe straighter than I got the last one. Getting ink smeared a little bit on my craft mat. I've gotten so I do wash it pretty regularly, more so than I did my poor last old beater craft mat. I'm going to eventually stop thinking of this one as the new one, but right now it's the new one. There we go. That'll be cute. Let's put our little ornament top there. I might use a little piece of silver. Why don't I do that this time? And I'll try to be smart and do my hole punching when I still have a big piece of paper. Bigger, anyway. Yeah, that'll be cute. Oh, I like that. I'm gonna put a piece of washi on the back of this too to hold it into place. And then we're going to do a little more decorating on that pocket. Well, maybe I don't need the washi there. Well, I'll put it there just because I can. Just a little bit of security. That's going to look cute on a journal page. What I'd like to do with this one is to get into some of my die cuts that I have from a card making project that I was doing. I'm going to be participating in a neighborhood holiday bazaar in a few weeks, and so I've been making a lot of cards. And I have lots of little die cuts and leaves and things of that nature. And do I have any more holly? I have a pine cone. I'll pull out the small pine cone. Looks like I don't have any more holly leaves. I'm just wanting to use what I have on hand. So let's see if I can put some kind of a little cluster here together. This one. Yeah, I think I'll do this. And my embellishments are going to be sticking up above the edge of my pocket, so I'm only going to glue the lower portion here. I think I used some of these die cuts on that little junk mail window pocket I did last week. But again, they're part of my kit, so I'm using them and enjoying them. Use whatever you have on hand. I think it'd be cute to do this project cutting cards out of, circles out of old Christmas cards too. I meant to cut some of those, and then I got busy prepping and I forgot. There we go. I want to make certain I don't have it sticking there. No, that's going to be okay. That's going to be okay. Oh, I think that is the cutest pocket. If that was just mounted down there, and again, putting a little tag in there, putting a little note. But what if we wanted to actually make this an actual ornament? Let's do that. Let's do that. I have some twine here that I think would be, twine would be fine. Why don't we take this one and let's just find another back for it. And we'll just glue this onto the back, and since I've made everything the same size, I know it's going to fit. So this is our large size. This one does have a little space. You could write a little note if you wanted to, but I was thinking, how cute would this be for a gift card holder? Let's say we want this gift card for the Enchanted Forest. Those of you who are here in the Pacific Northwest, you probably know that wonderful little amusement park. This is one that we have used already very, very happily. And let's just take a little twine and put that through our holder, our little ornament top that is now secure between two different layers of paper. And, well, Anne, fumble fingers at work again. There we go. A little snip. And this is something you could take to someone. You're going to their house. You have a little gift for them. You just can kind of hang this on their tree. Tuck a little note in there. There's room for, for just a little bit of something that you could tuck in there. Hang it on their tree. And how adorable would that be? It has the gift inside of it. There's room for a little note. It's pretty front and back. And when they take the card out to put somewhere for safekeeping, they have a really sweet little ornament that's literally hanging on their tree. We've been doing these large ones. I hope I haven't been sticking them out of frame. No, I think I'm okay. Let's try some of the little ones too, just to see how those look. See how we're doing time-wise. Yeah, we're doing okay. I didn't want this one to be too long today. There's kind of a green one that I think is cute. Why don't we do green? And here's sort of a colorful one. These aren't really Christmassy colors, but I think they would be fine for a little ornament pocket. And just a little slice. You can put these together. I mean, this would look great with any of these. Actually, am I liking that with the blue? Oh no, let's stick with the original. Although now that I have that together, I want some more. I want a little more splash. So let's go with the red. That's looking a little snazzy, which is what we want for this glittery piece. So we'll see if the art glitter glue holds onto this glitter surface. If you're using a shiny surface, I will say, and this is something wonderful viewers pointed out to me recently, I was struggling with trying to glue playing cards together with that plasticized surface. And so I just sort of abandoned using the playing cards for that particular project. And several very wonderful, helpful viewers pointed out to me that if you're using a shiny surface, you can just rub with a little sandpaper or use double-sided tape instead of glue to get those shiny surfaces sticking together. So if maybe you're cutting your ornament circles out of very shiny Christmas cards, you can cut down that shiny surface with just a little bit of sanding, or use a different kind of adhesive like a double-sided tape in order to make it stick. So thank you for all the people that were so helpful with that. I really did appreciate that. Let's stick with this gold for our little ornament topper. I'm thinking this will work okay. You could use any just little strip with a paper hole, with a hole punched into it. It doesn't have to be metallic at all. A little bit of glue in the way. Secure that down just until it dries. Look at that cute little pocket. I could stick little die cuts in it, almost like they're part of a little gift. But let me see if there's something I have. This is a little long to put in there. Yeah, that's too big. But there could be all kinds of just, little things, cut this down, just a few, like little tiny scraps, maybe a ticket. Tickets that I made the other day are all put away, but here's some printed tickets. That again is too big, but I could cut this little part off. Excuse me. I think tickets would be great in something like that. Have anything else in this die cut? I could almost put a little pine cone in there. That could be okay, especially if there was a little bit of embellishment along the edge of that pocket. Let's cut this little strip of pine. Pine is fine. Yeah, I like that little bit of definition. And it does kind of holiday it up a little bit. I'm going to keep, since I cut on that gold strip, I'm going to let the gold show. And I think it'd be cute to do several of these on a page. How nice would it be to, because these pockets are so small, to have several on a page. And then you just tuck something really tiny in there, like maybe one tiny little Christmas memory that you have, or one tiny little, 1973, the year Joey was born, or just a few little, little memories, tiny little things that you have in mind to include in your journal. And what was it? Oh yeah, I was gonna put a pine cone in here. I think I'd rather use a small one, to be honest. Yeah, that looks kind of cute there. And I think that's, I just think that's what I'm gonna do. This could maybe be a place where you could You know, you could put a little bit of a sentiment. This is some, you could put a little Christmas sentiment or something in there. Anyway, guys, get out your circles and start thinking about ways that you can turn them into cute ornaments for your Christmas journals. I hope you had fun with this. They're just so easy. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.